Hi everybody, it's Marlon. Hi, haven't seen you in a while. So basically I'm going to update you on all the stuff that's been going on. A lot of stuff has happened, and so this is like an update for all of my friends. Hi Anna, hi Stephanie. I love you guys. I miss you. So I haven't been able to talk to anybody really, just because I've been so busy, and I know everybody says that, but like so many things have happened. Life stuff first. Okay, so everybody knew that I was a cleaning lady. I was ghost busting it at my mom's cleaning job, and it was great. And I needed to get a new job, but before I could get a new job, I had to get my own car because my car that was in my name before got flooded. And anyways, we got to replace it. So I went and I got a car before I got a job. And I was able to get one. I got one at Bluebonnet Chrysler. I guess this is a plug for them because, hey man, these people helped me out. This guy Marcus, screenshot that shit. I always go to, okay, so this is where the Kia came from. They came from Bluebonnet. Okay, when you go shopping for cars, guys, you do it wrong. Let me explain. Most people, when they go shop for cars, they just get up and they go to the dealership super early in the morning. Then a skeezy salesman talks to them for several hours and like pushes a car on you. Like it basically is like, oh, we have this sale going on, blah 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 blah, why don't you do this? And then they're annoying and you stay there all day and you have to run credit checks. And that's why like going there is an all day thing, and I can't do that, dude. I can't sit there and watch as these sweaty men just try to sell me something that I don't want, that's not in my price range. Like usually they'll try to go with the sale that they're trying to sell that month. Like usually it's like a certain car of a certain year, and they're trying to sell it for a certain amount. Like, I know how sales works. I've been in sales. Like, I've done that, like, at a smaller, like, range. You know what I mean? And I know that you need to make commission and stuff, but like, dude, at the end of the day, if the customer doesn't want that, they just don't want that, and fucking back off. So I don't like that. So what I learned is with my Kia, I got on cargurus.com. I'll link it down below for you guys to check it out. But basically, it shows you the cars in your area, and you can look at used cars, the year, like mileage, basically filters. And it's like a third-party app. And it's important because they're not pushing an agenda. Like, they make money off of you visiting their website, you using their app, and that kind of thing. It's free for you to use, but it's really famous. And so they just go and display all the information, and then they just let you know if that car that they're selling is overpriced or not. And so I don't know anything about cars. So what I do is when they tell me like, oh, they're selling such and such car, they're selling it for this much, it's a good deal, you should buy it. Before I even look at the car, I'm like, okay, what's the name of it? How much are they selling it for? What's the mileage? Like, I look at the information. Well, I guess I look at the car. You look at the car, you get the information. I go to Kelley Blue Book, and I'm like, okay, what the hell is the resale value for this car? And see if they're correct. And every time I compare it, it's correct. And I don't care if I've gotten it right every time. I still check Kelley Blue Book. I'm still like, hey, is this good? So when I got my Kia, I found it for really cheap online, and they were selling a Kia, a 2010 Kia, way cheaper than anybody else was selling them at the time. And I was like, I think we should get this. And then I called them, I let them know my situation, I let them know, and this is in New Braunfels, I let them know that I'm an hour away from them, that I can't go right away. And I was like, they were like, okay, that's fine, we can do it over the phone, just as long as you like give us your information, this and that. If you want us to run your credit, we can do it. First they give you like they work out the numbers and see before they run your credit. So they check beforehand, so that way you're not hit. Because I know you can only run your credit like so many times per year before you get marked bad. I don't know what that's called. My mom talks about it constantly, but they can look at it and say like, hey, this is probably doable. Do you want us to run it to see if it'll get approved? And if you say yes, they'll do it. If you say no, then it's fine. But the point is that they let me be on the phone with them during the day. I told them what it is that I was looking for. Specifically with the Kia, I was like, this is the Kia. We're looking for this car. Is there any way that we can get it? And then I said, I'm with my mom. I just explained them the situation. They're like, yeah, okay, we can check you for this car. I didn't get any sales talk back like, we can sign you up for this car. Are you sure you don't want this one instead? I didn't get any of that. I didn't get any craziness. Like, I didn't get bombarded with like, are you sure you don't want to come in? And I hate that when you call them and you ask them for information. Oh, just come in, just come in. And I'm like, no, I don't want to come in. I want you to provide me with information. If you can't provide me with information, I'm going to fucking hang up on you. I don't want to talk to you. Like, I don't want to be sold something. I'm looking for a product. I want to buy the product, and that's it. I don't want you to come to me and sell me something I don't fucking need. So, yeah, long story short, they let me do everything over the phone. Everything was great. There was no hassle. They ran our credit over the phone. They called me back when they said it passed. I was like, cool, dude, that's awesome. They're like, well, do you want to come get it today? We close at 6. It was like 4 or something, and we went. We drove an hour over there, and we picked up the car and went home. Literally, we weren't even there for 30 minutes because they ran everything. They did all the paperwork and stuff before we even got there. All we did was test drive it, and it was fine. Like, it had only one owner before. The Carfax checked out. Like, for me, I'm not a picky person. Like, if a car is good, it runs good, the Carfax checks out, it's no smoking, you know what I mean? When I go over there and look at everything, it's fine. Like, I take them at their word. Maybe that's like a really bad thing. I don't know. Car people, my friends that are car people, tell me, is that a bad thing? Like, I don't know. Because it's never failed me before. So the Kia at the time was sort of brand new. And it had only had one owner. And it saved a lot of gas. And it got me where I needed to go. And it never broke down on me. And it was really good. So it worked. And so I went to them again. I went to Bluebonnet Chrysler again. Because I was trying to find another car. And before that, I tried 2 other dealerships. I was like, let me try these other Toyota dealerships to see if I can get something similar. No, dude. Both of them. As soon as I got them on the phone, I told them what I want. They automatically tried to get me to buy another car that I didn't want. I was like, no, that's out of my price range, dude. That's $18,000 versus $10,000. It's an $8,000 difference. Like, I'm not made of money. You know what I mean? Like, it's just credit to you. Like, I know you're trying to make a commission. I know it's your job to ask for it or offer it or whatever. But once you offer it the first time and I said fucking no, don't fucking offer it to me again. Like, what the fuck? So I was just so pissed. And then there was a car that they did have that was in our price range. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you. I don't want to talk to you anymore. You wasted my day. I wasted a whole day talking to these assholes from Toyota Alamo. And I was like, dude, no. Fuck off. I don't want to talk to you. I called them at Bluebonnet. I told them what the situation was. They did offer me a Chrysler 200 because they were having a super, like a sale thing on them. And I was like, no, that isn't what we really, like, want. But let me tell you what I need. So I told them, this is my price range. This is what I can afford. This is what I cannot afford. I really want a used car. And I, like, all these things. I'm like, I know it's a lot to ask for, but we bought our Kia with you before, and we think we can buy another car there. And we really liked you guys. And I let him know that. And he was like, oh, okay. So he calls me back, and he's like, these are the 3 cars that I think would be good for your price range. So I went with the Hyundai Elantra. I've read a lot about Hyundai Elantras and how long they last and stuff and how good they are as cars. So I was like, okay, cool, man. Hyundai Elantra, fine. Like, that's good. Can, like, we get it together? Literally, they had everything done, like, within a couple of hours, and I didn't have to go over there and wait for them to do it. They had everything ready. They were like, okay, come pick up the car. I went. The car was in service. There was like a part that they needed to put in there. It was like some like cosmetic thing. It wasn't even like part of the engine or anything like that. I can't remember what it's called. But anyways, they were like, we'll give you a loaner car. And they loaned me the Chrysler 200, the car that they offered me to buy it. They offered me to get that one instead in the beginning, and I said no, and he never brought it up again. And then even when he loaned me the car, he wasn't like, this is the Chrysler 200. He was just like, here's this car. We'll drive your car to you on Monday with a full tank of gas. And they did. They had a full tank of gas when it was here. Like, that guy must have went all the way to San Antonio, went to some gas station nearby, and then drove it to the house. And then literally picked up the Chrysler 200, which I didn't leave any gas for him. And he left. And it was great. It was like the greatest experience ever. I didn't have to deal with no bullshit, no craziness. We literally were in there for maybe a half hour. Me and my mom, because we went up there and we waited for them to fill out the paperwork. 15 minutes sitting down watching Price is Right, literally, and then 15 minutes filling out paperwork, and then we left. And then we stayed in New Braunfels to eat some Pizza Hut. It was amazing, and it was great because there was this lady that was there, that she was waiting there all morning, and I was like, why didn't you just call and do it over the phone so you didn't have to spend all day at the fucking car dealership? Like even Bluebonnet is like the best ever for not being a pushy asshole, like when you're on the phone with them. But like, why would you go in person if they could just call you back? And they're so good about calling you back because of course they want your business. Like, come on. But yeah, anyways, Marcus Medrano, this fool again, he is really great. He's awesome. They have used cars that you can buy. I really did like the Chrysler 200, how it drives and everything, but then I was told by several of my car friends how crappy the engines are and that they don't last very long. So I was like, well, it's good that I got a Hyundai Elantra, and everyone's like, yeah, yay, I got a new car. Anyways, that was a really long story. It's 12 minutes already. I guess it's going to be really long. I'm sorry, you guys, but I miss you. And not just Stephanie and Anna. Like, I miss everybody. Like, I haven't seen anybody in a long time. So, yeah, I went and got a car. Later, I went and got insurance. I got a job. This is, like, since last week. Within a week, this has happened. All of this stuff. I got a car. I got a job. I got hired. Today was the orientation and everything. I went to the school. So I'm going to school for a year. I only need one more year to graduate. I went to school to fix all my bills and stuff because I was behind. I'm not behind anymore. Everything is good with school. Like, I have my classes set up. I got my books. It's great. Everything is good. Everything is, like, in order. It was just a lot of paperwork, dude. Like, from signing all the paperwork from the car to signing all the paperwork for the insurance, signing all the paperwork for the new job that I have. Is just so much signing, so many signatures. I work with Securitas now. I haven't been trained yet, but I'm going to be a security officer. Laugh if you want to laugh, because I told this to like 4 people today, and they all busted out, like just gut-wrenching laugh, like, and I was like, is that, like, bad? Like, do you not trust me with security? I feel like I can secure people. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so I'm really excited about that. And the worst thing about that, though, is that I'm going to work nights now. So, my new schedule, guys. I'm going to work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Now, this doesn't bother me because I've always stayed up all night and then slept till like 3, and that's basically what I'll be doing now, which will be fine. And then I'll still have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. every week. So I work 36 hours because one of my shifts is a 12-hour shift. So yeah. So 3 8-hour shifts and 1 12-hour shift. And then I'll be all alone, which is kind of scary, guarding a parking lot. But I think it'll be fine. Yeah. If I thought it was scary or like too crazy, I would just get out of there. But yeah, I really want to try this out. I think it's going to be good. And so I'm excited. So yeah, that's all my news, like for the adulting. I did all of that. And thank you to my mother for all your help. And with that, like, I couldn't have done it without her. I love you, Mommy. You're my favorite. Yeah, I'm really, 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 really thankful that I'm able to get all of this stuff done because I was stressing about it before. And now everything is like laid out and it's smooth sailing. And it's just really good. So now I have to update you about my art stuff because I've been making art. It's been a weird ride. Jerry's Artorama had that sale where you pay $20 and you get some wash and a paint palette and a set of paint brushes and a water bottle spritzer and a sketchbook, like a sketchbook. I bought that. These were the washes that came with it. I like the colors. They're really good. You like use a teeny tiny bit of it and you can like watercolor, which is good. So I tried to watercolor. I tried to make skin and it came out real orange. Oh my gosh, look at how orange I am. Color matters. So she came out like super orange. It's okay though. And it was like a weird face. Vivian, I let her watercolor with the exact watercolors that I use. And her skin's, they're all light and like beautiful. And mine are all dark and like orange. So she gave me this. I was like, thank you, Vivian. I love you. I did another one. I was trying to do the galaxy. Like clouds. I think I'm going to write something like a quote or something on it because it's just colors. It's not like a thing. You guys probably saw my X-Men. I did Storm, you guys. I was trying really hard to make her hair so cool. And I really like how her hair came out. I'm not a fan of the background at all. I wish I was more proficient in other things besides mainly hair. And I'm not. But that's fine. One thing, though, that I did realize that I was doing to all of my characters when I draw them is that I give them my eyebrows. Like, it doesn't matter how thick their eyebrows are when I draw them or how thin. I give them my eyebrows. Like, look at that. Look at her eyebrow and look at my eyebrow and tell me those are not the same fucking eyebrows. Look at that. I'm Storm. Where's my hair? Shh. So yeah. So I've been giving my characters my eyebrows. I don't know how to not draw my eyebrows. You guys, I think I have a problem. Yeah. So I was going to try to draw her with lightning shooting out of her eyes, but I really didn't want to mess up her face, especially with a white marker, like a paint marker. I didn't want to mess it up, so I did it behind her at her eye level, so it looked kind of cool, but I really didn't want to do it on her face, because the reference photo that I was using, like the reference picture that I was using, or whatever, had it coming out of her eyes, like, and it was around her eyes. And I'm not confident in my lightning. My lightning kind of looks like roots. Like if they're backgrounds. Like if they're underground or whatever, they would look like roots. Anyways, this is for sale. If you want it, it's $20. It's on cardboard. That's why it's so thick. But yeah. $20. Make it holla. I kind of don't want to sell it. I don't know. What do you think? If you want to buy it, offer me something. See if I'll sell it. Because I feel like I wouldn't sell it for $20. I feel like I would try to sell it for more. Because I just really like it and I want to hang it. The problem with my art is that I feel so proud of it that I want to hang it up and I don't want to sell it. But I kind of do. Anyways, if you want it, ask me. Because I don't know. I love her. She's so awesome. Storm is one of my favorites. As you guys have known or seen, I watched Gravity Falls recently, and I am like in love. I know that not a lot of you watch cartoons, and I know like I'm super about cartoons. Like I have my art friends that love cartoons, but I have my BFFs that aren't exactly into cartoons, and I know you guys don't like watch them ever, but I'm like obsessed. I am so obsessed with Gravity Falls. It's so amazing. It's on the same level with Rick and Morty. And then I found out the creator of Rick and Morty and the creator of Gravity Falls are friends, and that they made their series like at the same time, and they went through like similar production things trying to get their shows made, and it was like, I'm really excited. So I was drawing Grunkle Stan because I was like, Grunkle Stan, I love him. And I started it before the end of the second season. And I was like, I don't know if anybody's like a huge fan of him, but I really like him. So I'm going to draw him. And then the end of the second season happened, and I was just crying uncontrollably. But he's in colored pencil. And I tried to do it as colorful as I could. That's why his like suit is blue, because I didn't want to drown him out in black. And I tried to do as much detail as I could in his skin. And like I tried to do the forest behind him and stuff instead of the mystery shack, because I just didn't want to deal with brown or black. And I was like, nah, bro. But I really like how he came out. I like this guy. He's awesome. The symbol on his head, the little fish eating the little dude. Or, no, it's a fish. Everyone's like, it's a Pac-Man. But I'm like, bitch, that's a fish. That's a fin right there. Anyways, apparently the whole thing about that was that it was offensive in a certain language, the old version, which was just like a crescent moon. And so that's why they had to take it out and change it. But that's okay. You probably already knew that if you were a fan of Gravity Falls. And yeah, I don't know why I had to say it. So I've even been drawing. Look at my Bill Cipher. This was my employee packet today, and I just doodled all over it. Yeah, I'm obsessed. I'm really excited. I want to do more fan art. And then, I don't know if any of you guys were there when I bought my slice of wood. Hansel, I know you were there, and you have a soldering iron. I kind of want to use it. Mystery Shack, Mystery Shack, Mystery Shack. I hope this video isn't backwards when I post it. I don't know how to flip it the other way, or I would. But yeah, I had a slice of log. This side was all dirty, so I drew it on this side. And basically, this is the sign. If you look up Mystery Shack, like postcard, the entrance, like the side entrance of the Mystery Shack, not the front of it, this has it over the door, and I freaking loved it. So I like made it. I just colored it in Copics. Surprisingly, it didn't bleed. I thought the Copics would bleed into the little lines of the wood, and it totally didn't. And then I colored the lines of the wood over here, because they were already there, but they were just very faint. So I just made them darker. And I would really like to get like a soldering thing and like solder the letters in there and make it even more legit and maybe stain it and sell it for like $75 or something. It's a piece of freaking wood, dude. It's heavy. I'm excited. Or it could just stay like this and I can sell it for like $30. I don't know. Who knows? Hit me up if you have a soldering iron or if you want to buy this. I love the Mystery Shack. Okay. That was my art thing. I also wanted to talk about cartoons, like in really great detail. I'm not going to do that in this video, but I think I'm going to do like some sort of cartoon series, like elaborating on different kind of cartoons, and not like facts on like cartoon facts. Like I've seen a lot of like YouTubers doing like cartoon facts, this, that, and whatever, and like those are really nice, and I like knowing things about the shows or how they do it about movies too. But I also really like knowing what the viewer thought about the show and like a discussion. I kind of want to start a podcast for just cartoons and our feelings about certain cartoons and why they're important. Because like I always have this struggle with my mom because she's like, one time she explained to me how she listens to me and my sister talk about Batman and like fighting over why Batman is important and why he does the things that he does and why certain things in the new movie weren't probably the best motive or like execution of his character. And we're just talking really in depth about it, and she was like, Mija, when I hear you talking about stuff like that, like it's so important, like it's the end of the world, I just think about how stupid that is. Because it's so dumb and it's not important. Something to the effect of that cartoons aren't important, that they're stupid, that like she just couldn't conceive in her head why I would try to hold a cartoon up to such like great value as like other things, like how when I talk about Jesus or something, that I get really super passionate about religion, but I get as passionate about cartoons, and she just was like, it's over her head. So what I wanted to do was a series about the different cartoons and why they're important to me and why I think they're important for other people and just media in general. It's not that cartoons are important or that they should be revered, or that movies are important that they should be revered, but the media that comes out that are made by us, it's made as a conduit to teach us how to learn about certain things in different situations, so that way we don't have to, if we didn't want to experience it for ourselves. You could really use those characters and those situations and interpret different values and learn different things that you never would have learned in your own life. Maybe you didn't have the opportunity to choose between having, like Spider-Man, maybe you didn't have like the ability to choose to be responsible over a city of people and to go and save them. And you didn't know what those kind of pressures were, or like, you know what I mean? So like, even in movies, I know some people that don't watch movies like at all, like my sister Melanie, she doesn't watch like any movies because they're not that interesting to her. Some of them she really likes, but like most of the time they're just not that interesting to her. And to me, they're so important to me because I feel like it's just another platform of learning about people. That's all. It's just learning about people. Even if the world that they're in is completely fictitious and has never existed or will ever exist, it's so interesting learning about people. And I love learning about people and I love knowing things about them. And for me, that's the most fun way to learn about people, different emotions, different situations, how to overcome things. That's the most fun and interesting way for me as an artist. Like, I gravitate towards cartoon and color and art and things like that. For other people, it's solely comics. Like, I love comics, but cartoons are my baby. Like, cartoons are my, like, everything. The only reason why I started to read comics, not to put comics down, but the only reason why I even started reading comics was because I was running out of cartoons to watch, you guys. I go through cartoons like, I don't know, and I'll rewatch them. I've watched several cartoons like over and over again. Like, I've watched Archer like 7 times. Like, that's like 7 seasons, 7 times. 49. What? That's a lot of watching and media consumption and like rewatching things. Like, I know people that are really into comics, and comics are the thing that speak to them, and like, that's good too. Like, I'm not saying that that's bad. Other people have books. I have a teacher that only reads nonfiction books, but he gets so much out of it. He loves them so much. And, like, I can't, like, you know what I mean, dismiss that. That's, like, how he learns. And it's funny because we talk about parallels, like, certain things that we learn about being, like, an adult and things like that. And his take from it is all, like, real life experiences from all these different people. And then my take of it is like all these fictitious like worlds and things like that, like movies or cartoons or whatever. Like, we were talking about the possibility of a utopia. Is it possible for America to turn into a utopia, and basically, like, without war, everybody's happy all the time, this and that. And then for every answer, I was like, no, because in the movie The Island, or the movie The Beach, or, you know what I mean? All these movies that I have reference points to, or these different books, like 1984, or literally The Island was the book that made The Island the movie. Anyways, I had all these reference points as to show examples about why we would never turn into a utopia. But all of his reference points were from failed utopias that had actually happened in different countries. But we arrived at the same conclusion. So the media that you put out there really is just another way of learning the things that are out there about people and about the world. So yeah, anyways, I want to start a series. This is really long. This is like 32 minutes long. I know if it was really boring. I'm so sorry. But yeah, that's what's been going on with me. Did a lot of adult stuff. Tried to do a lot of art stuff that, I don't know. It's okay. I want to get better. I want to focus more on it. But once I get a steady, like, schedule, I'll be able to do it. But yeah, those are my plans for the near future. I got a lot of little things that I'm doing, like photography-wise, art-wise, and I'm really excited for it. Oh, and also exercising, you guys! Exercising! Okay, Monday, I am going to start weightlift training, and that sounds scary, or like really hardcore, because it is hardcore. Yes, it is hardcore! No, just kidding. I'm going to start weightlifting, and hopefully I can keep up with it every day. Next week, I'm going to start trying to sleep the schedule that they gave me for Securitas. So basically, I would be staying up from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And then when I get home, I'm sleeping from 7 to 3. So that's the schedule that I'm trying to keep. So that I have to go to sleep at 7 a.m., wake up at 3 p.m. So that way I can keep a consistent schedule and be strict about it. But also so that I can plan things like exercising, which I really haven't been doing. But I've wanted to weightlift for a while now, like since last year, since I was at the movie theater. But there was never a good time for me to start, because I never had like a set schedule to do anything. Like my days were very sporadic, so that was why it was really hard for me to plan things. Also, I'm a procrastinator, so it just never happened. So anyways, I'm gonna start that Monday. If you wanna come lift, come with me if you want to lift. I'm gonna buy that shirt. But anyways, if you wanna lift, or if you wanna keep up with me, I'll be on Facebook. I'll do updates, and I'll let you know. And anyways, this is a really long video. I am sorry, not sorry. I just missed you guys. I hope you are excited about some of these things. I'm excited about all of these things. I'm really happy. Tell me what's been happening with you. Or tell me when you see me. Just start talking about yourself. I'll listen. I'm excited. Anyways, it's really late. It's not even really late. It's only 12:30, but that's really late for me because I usually go to sleep way earlier. But anyways, have a good night. Thank you for watching. If you watched this, you didn't have to watch it. I know I started talking about car stuff, and I talked about that way too long. But anyways, I hope you're having a good day, and be safe, and I love you, and bye!